Erika Jayne is closing a career chapter and reflecting. Erika Jayne says she's much more confident and joyful these days, and it's thanks in large part to a recent TV gig. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast member spoke about the experience in a recent video for The Masked Singer Season 13, which featured her performances of the Supremes' Stop, In the Name of Love, Otis Redding's Hard to Handle, Chappell Roan's Hot to Go, and more. Erika Jayne looks back at her recent career move, so grateful. Although she was ultimately eliminated in Week 9, April 9, Erika said being on the competition show was nothing short of transformative. "Finale has me reflecting on my time under the mask," she wrote just hours before the final. "I am so grateful to have been a part of the Lucky 13, wishing the best of luck to the finalists." The video included a montage of Erika's most memorable moments from the series, in which celebrities perform live while disguised in elaborate costumes. Erika dressed up as Yorkie, a spunky canine with a bedazzled pink hoodie, a matching pink skirt, a pair of heart-shaped sunglasses, and a big hair bow. Erika Jayne says her latest TVJ gave her a sense of freedom. "I had a really nice time. This was a lot of fun," she said in the video. "I actually enjoyed being behind the mask more than I thought I would, and I could not stop being Yorkie." She continued, "You know, in life you are given tests and you either pass or you fail. There was a long time, not too long ago, that life sucked. When I was fortunate enough to do The Masked Singer, it's like the delight and the joy has re-emerged in a different way. This is gonna sound corny, but I feel more confident. I took risks, and there's a sense of freedom about that." Erika said the show allowed contestants to get out of their comfort zone and do things they normally wouldn't consider. "I cannot believe there are tears in my eyes right now," she said. "That's something special about The Masked Singer. There is something very special here. I had so much fun." Erika will return to the stage in the upcoming weeks. She will perform at the Mighty Hoopla Festival on June 1 and at Coco London on June 3. Get more details on the housewife's music career, including her run as Roxy Hart on Broadway's Chicago. Behind the Mask, Erika Jayne's final encore. The applause had faded, but the echo remained. Not the kind that rang in your ears from the crowd's roar, but the echo that lingered in the heart long after the curtain dropped. It was a soft hum of risk, of reinvention, of survival. Erika Girardi, better known to the world as Erika Jayne, stood just offstage, cradling the pink heart-shaped sunglasses that had become an unlikely talisman. Yorkie was gone, but something else had come alive. She took a long breath, steadying herself. The plush head of the costume had been stifling at times, both metaphorically and literally, but tonight she missed its weight. There was safety under that mask, a freedom in hiding that had paradoxically allowed her to be more herself than she had in years. Glamour and grit. Erika had always known how to perform. Whether it was strutting onto the stage in sky-high stilettos or walking into a courtroom flanked by whispers, she knew how to give them what they wanted. But knowing how to survive wasn't the same as knowing how to live. A decade ago, Erika Jayne was an untouchable name on dance floors and reality TV screens alike, flamboyant, unfiltered, and unapologetically extra. The wigs got bigger, the beats dropped harder, the costumes sparkled brighter, and the smile, well, it stayed in place even when the world began to crumble. There had been too many headlines and not enough humanity in the past few years. Her name became shorthand for scandal. Her every outfit analyzed for contrition or audacity. The tabloids loved a good fall, and they'd had a feast with her. But Erika never stopped showing up, even when the show got ugly. And that was the thing. No one saw the woman behind the glam. The one who cried in the car when the cameras stopped. The one who second-guessed every decision, every friendship, every move. They saw the makeup, not the muscle it took to get up in the morning. But when the call came for The Masked Singer, she hesitated. "Do I really want to do this?" she'd asked her team. She wasn't worried about singing. She could hold a tune and had proven that on stages around the world. But the show was a different beast. It was absurd, whimsical, anonymous. It wasn't sexy or scandalous. It was sweet. Was there room for sweetness in her story? Turns out there was. Becoming Yorkie, the Yorkie costume was ridiculous and perfect. It took a team just to get her into the head, which was bedazzled and heavy with glitter and joy. Her pink hoodie hugged her frame, her miniskirt sparkled with rhinestones, and the giant bow made her laugh out loud the first time she saw it in the mirror. "I look like Paris Hilton's childhood dream," she joked. But something shifted as soon as she stepped on stage. She wasn't Erika Jayne anymore. She wasn't being judged by her past, her controversies, or her courtroom attire. She was Yorkie, flirty, fearless, and free. The first song she performed, "Stop, in the Name of Love," was more than a classic Motown hit. It was a plea, a mantra, a moment. Each week brought something new. Otis Redding's "Hard to Handle" made her feel powerful. Chappelle Roan's "Hot to Go" let her be playful again. Songs she might never have chosen for herself suddenly felt like pieces of a puzzle she didn't know she'd been solving. "I could not stop being Yorkie," she said in the video montage later. "I didn't want to." The anonymity gave her a reset. The mask wasn't a shield, it was a liberation. It let her rediscover her voice without judgment. There were no expectations, just music. And fun. Real fun. The kind she hadn't felt in years. The kind that didn't come with a paycheck or a headline. Just the giddy, honest joy of doing something because you loved it. Reflection at the edge of the spotlight. It wasn't until week 9, April 9th, that the mask finally came off. Her elimination wasn't a disappointment. In fact, it was the final note in a symphony of self-reclamation. She walked off the stage to a standing ovation, Yorkie head in hand, and smiled a real wide smile. "I'm crying behind this damn mask," she said in a post-performance interview, wiping her eyes. "I didn't expect this to matter so much. But it did." She went home that night, sat on her balcony with a glass of wine, and looked out over the city that had loved and hated her in equal measure. She thought about the girl from Atlanta who ran to New York at 18, about the single mom who waited tables and auditioned for soap operas, about the housewife who turned herself into a brand, then watched that brand get dragged through the mud. And now she was someone else entirely, or maybe someone closer to who she was meant to be. "The finale has me reflecting," she wrote on Instagram that night. "I am so grateful to have been a part of the Lucky 13, wishing the best of luck to the finalists. But it wasn't about winning. It was about showing up, about singing through the storm, about letting go." The next curtain call, June was already booked. Mighty Hoopla on June 1, Coco London on June 3. The fans wanted Erika Jayne back, and she was ready to give them a show. But this time, the performance would come from a different place. Not one of proving something. Not one of defiance or defense. Just one of joy. "I feel more confident," she said in the Masked Singer farewell clip. "I took risks, and there's a sense of freedom about that." Her Broadway stint as Roxy Hart had been part of that freedom too, slipping into the stilettos of another misunderstood woman, one who had clawed her way through love, fame, and betrayal, had felt eerily on the nose. But this was hers. Music had always been her lifeline. Even in the darkest days, she turned to it, blaring beats in her bedroom, mouthing lyrics in makeup chairs, crying in rehearsals. Pop wasn't just glitter and lip syncs. It was how she told the truth when words failed. She would release new music later that year, but she wasn't in a rush. She was savoring this moment, this soft space between endings and beginnings. A letter to Yorkie. "Dear Yorkie, thank you. Thank you for reminding me that I am still allowed to have fun, that I am more than my past. That joy can be reclaimed, even after it's been buried beneath 1,000 headlines. You were silly, sweet, slightly ridiculous. And you were me. I didn't know I needed to be you until I put you on. You gave me the courage to laugh at myself again, to dance without heels, to sing with abandon. You reminded me of the little girl in the mirror, singing into a hairbrush and believing that anything was possible. I thought I was closing a chapter, but maybe I was just turning the page. Love. Erika unmasked. In a quiet moment before she headed to London, Erika stood in her walk-in closet, the one that had once housed enough couture to dress a small country. She pulled out the Yorkie hoodie. The sparkles caught the morning sun. The bow made her laugh again. She folded it gently and placed it in a shadow box, a keepsake of something silly that meant everything. This wasn't the end of Erika Jayne. It wasn't even the end of Erika Girardi. It was the beginning of someone new, someone lighter, someone softer. But don't get it twisted, she was still hot to go.